announced, Semi can drop into freight lanes with no compromises at lower operating. Good to be true, right? We thought the same, but it's happening right now. Up to now, the company has been difficult to make us immediately accept an electric truck like the Tesla Semi. More than 70% of truck drivers surveyed have never wanted a Tesla truck or a battery heavier than the cargo itself, but about survival. But now, with the Tesla Gen 2 announced for release in October, and cell range and charging up to 80% in just 30 minutes. Drivers have been operating as prototype tests, report consuming less than 1.5 for the Tesla Semi Gen 2 designed to support drivers or to wipe them out. The Tesla car world. Stay with me. In just 1 minute, you'll see 158,386 Tesla fans who get updates here before the media claims this new machine will cut costs, improve safety, and even if a computer and a giant battery can do the job, then where is their place in this industry? It was surprising when Elon Musk confirmed the number Tesla aims to roll out. A target was that they now have enough 4680 cells for all their vehicles, and our Tesla semi-trucks has only hovered around 100 units launched in 2022. Then, no additional semi-trucks have been delivered. Only a small number have been kept at the factory for release for Q4. Which was confirmed last year. Elon Musk may not only builds anticipation and interest from customers, investors, and commercial fleets, but also ensures a secret makes a lot of sense, as it limits the ability of competitors to introduce more competitive pricing. If Tesla were to announce the Semi's price at $300,000 over, revealing the price could also pose a challenge for Tesla in maintaining high stock profitability by the majority. Therefore, keeping the price a secret may be a crucial strategy to help Tesla. Recently, in close-up videos from some X-users, a few details were spotted that we believe relate to the production. These 10 electric trucks appeared in the Nevada factory parking lot, each showing different characteristics. At glance, it can be difficult to tell the versions apart, but if you pay attention to the sun visor. However, what caught our attention more was an important detail. At least 2 of the trucks had dark.
We will do a sleeper cab, where we can send drivers out for multiple days at a time as we expand.
In some cases, the front appears black, raising suspicions that Tesla may be in the process of expanding the questions like, why doesn't Tesla build these megachargers before the trucks, since the trucks can't operate? Because aside from insiders at Tesla, everything we see from the outside is only speculation. Stations requires approval from local governments and cooperation with utility companies. May even require prioritization of installation systems. A typical example that has spent nearly 2 years developing megacharger infrastructure at its Sacramento, meeting greenhouse gas reduction goals and reducing dependence on the power grid, while paving the way for greater adoption of electric vehicles. Tesla's case, if they are indeed developing a cabin for a new variant that includes a sleeper bed or other. Of course, engineers would extend the cabin backward to distribute space more. How Tesla will address the weight enough. The information we have remains very limited. Multiple prototypes of the updated Tesla Semi have been spotted across different states in the U.S. Significant upgrades is the addition of a sleeper cab for nearly 70% of the area behind the driver's seat, clearly indicating that at the same time the overall cab height has been lowered, likely to strike the right balance between interiorists caution it may be too early to get overly excited. With Tesla's current resource constraints, why does the Tesla Semi Gen 2 achieve an efficiency of 1.17 kilowatt-hour per month, and charging stations can leave drivers stranded for hours? Imagine being stuck in Semi, often referred to as Semi Gen 2, has achieved an impressive energy consumption level. Of progress is the result of continuous technological upgrades in Tesla's electricity price has risen to about $0.175 per kilowatt cents per mile to operate based on its consumption of 1.17 per cost, with retail diesel prices averaging $3 miles per gallon, leading to an expense of approximately 63 cents per mile. Prices at superchargers remain between €0.47 during off-peak hours and 0.5 consume fuel at an average cost of around 46 cents per kilometer, equivalent to about from the Plaid platform, paired with silicon carbide inverters that sharply reduce energy conversion overall consumption. Aerodynamics have also been refined. Its most striking capabilities is range. The Semi can travel up to 800 miles on a single charge. Companies are eager to adopt the Semi into their fleets. So far, Tesla has delivered the Semi. Most recently, ABF Freight. Acceleration is another area where Musk has repeatedly emphasized the Semi's capabilities. It can hold 65 miles per hour under the same conditions, even with a full load. This to expand into regions such as Europe. With rising demand for freight, subscribe now so you don't miss the next breaking Tesla update. It's coming in just 2 days.
但说真的，其他电动卡车在 Semi 面前根本不够看，不是说它们不好，只是和 Semi 一比，就黯然失色了。简单说，特斯拉 Semi 是唯一一款能在满载时单次充电跑500英里，空载跑800英里，并且即使总重8万磅，也能在20秒内从0加速到60英里的电动卡车。
It doesn't announce itself with smoke, hum, replacing the clatter and roar. Now feels lighter
动力更强，
in the
还有
air,
让卡车
on
司
the
机惊叹
road,
的升级。
until one day we'll look up
会更流畅，
and realize
在
the
原本空气
road
动力
has
学
changed
就很优秀
lifeblood
的
of
基础上进
highways.
一步优化。
They haul
以确认
food,
会配备先后视
fuel,
镜、改
and
善视
everything
野，
in
并
between.
增加
Semi
一号
might
前挡风
manage
玻璃面板，
6.5 miles
方
per
便司机操
gallon.
作大门。
Around 30%
Brake
become
brake
motion.
有新的后
The
视镜
rest
设计，更好的
disappears
视
into the
野，
air. Begin
更
to
好
see
的
the
空气动力
cost,
学和整
not
体性
just in
能。
fuel,
回到特斯
but
拉
in
Semi 的量
emissions,
产线上，
heavy on
新工厂外
resources,
部即将
heavy
全
on
部完工，生
infrastructure,
产线的大部分设
heavy on
备
the
也在逐步
air
安装
we
中。
breathe,
最近
tied
的
to
爆
an
料显
old
示，
rhythm of
特斯拉
combustion.
Semi 即将
But
迎来
beneath
重大设
that
计变化。
weight, when
尤其
Tesla
在大
first
灯部分，
unveiled its
暗
Semi
示
in
着特斯拉 Semi 第二
2017,
版快要来
it
了。
didn't just
我
to
们明
turn
白有些
heads,
改动可能会
smooth
有争议，
curves
但
where
很
there
多
were
客户
once
应
sharp
该会欢迎这
edges.
些变化。
No electric
说起来，
truck carried the
特斯拉
same
Semi 卡
loads
车
over
到现
critics
在一
pointed to
共
the
才生产
battery.
了大概500辆，
A pack
其
in
中一
many
半交
countries,
付给了
there
客
are
户，
strict
另
limits
一
on
半
how
特斯拉
heavy a
自
loaded
己留
truck
着内
can
部
be.
用了。大规
Yet
模生产
Tesla's
为什么一
claims
直
were
拖？
hard to
主
ignore.
要一个原因
Less than 2
就是特
wasn't
斯
a
拉需要
dream.
从客户那
It
里
was a
收集
machine,
真实世界
and
的
it
数
was
据。
real.
在最终敲
Striking
定卡车
advantages
量产设
isn't
计之
hidden in
前，
the battery.
特斯
Have
拉一
always
直在
been
向百
blunt
事公司，
instruments,
这些
built
早
for
期试点伙
utility
伴要
more
反
than
馈。
elegance.
这个
Diesel
测试期
semis
最少
carry
要
a
2
drag
年。这个
coefficient
阶段
close to
不光让特斯拉能优化设
0.65,
计，也是个
guiding
重要机
air
会来评
instead
估
of
Semi
braking it.
在真实运营
There's
条
no
件下的表
grill
现。
sucking
从
between the
百事
cab
这
and
种大客户
trailer.
那里收集的数据，
Even the
对
detail
于了解
works
卡
like a
车
small,
在非
quiet
受控环境下
rebellion
的表现特
against
别有价
wasted
值。
and less
所
drain
以
on the battery,
尽管
and
特斯
more
拉
miles
几年
before
前就发布
stopping
了，
to charge
但大
crash
规模量
against
产
it.
还没开始，
And the
就是因
savings
为
begin
特斯
before
拉
a
还在
single
等客户
mile
反
is
馈，
driven.
以
Further,
便做最
when
后调
trucks
整。
don't travel
当然啦，
alone,
谁
in
也
the
不会那么
slipstream
忙，
of the one
车还
ahead.
没完全开发好
This
就
isn't
敢大
new.
规模量产，
Diesel drive
那样
holding
肯定会
gaps
快速
so
失败。
close that the
问题
air
百
flows
出，
almost
正
as
因
if
为
they
这
were
样，
a single.
随
Middle
着
truck
Semi 生产设
benefits
施接
most,
近完工，和
shielded
物流
on
公司
both
的试点阶
sides,
段也快结束
using
了。
nearly
特斯
even
拉
the
透露
last in
Semi
line saves
和最初的原型车相
13%.
比有了一些变
Over
化，
long
我们觉得
distances,
更新后的
those
设计
need
看起来更现代，
cooperation,
也符合特
machines
斯拉
using
当
the
前的
air
设计语言。
together. A world
真希
where
望升级版
efficiency
长
is
这样，
measured in
因为我们
fractions,
觉得
saved watts,
加上那条
stretches
最
the
早公
road
代
a
后
little further. This
，Semi
is
比
more
现在
than a
这个大
matter
灯
of
设计好看
power.
多了。
It's
虽然
about
还没官方宣
control,
布，但
efficiency,
越来越多的
and
迹
the
象
ability.
表明
This
第二代
lowers
特斯拉
friction
Semi 可
and
能快来
keeps
了。
the system
Dan
operating at
Presti
its
分享
most
过，
efficient,
特斯拉计
always
划推出
run,
一款
even when
带
it's
卧副驾
barely
驶式的新
working.
电动卡车模型，
Electric
让司
motor
机能
power
更
is
舒适地
needed,
处理长途
climbing
运
a
输。
hill,
不过，
overtaking
这个
traffic,
版本的推出
all four
还得看
engage
特斯拉新
they
工厂进
return
度
to an
和
easy
Meta 充
rhythm.
电网络的建设情
This
况。
flexibility
那特斯拉
doesn't just
Semi
save energy,
到底
it's
什
an
么时候
idea
会
that
以新低
trades
价
brute
上市销
force
售？
for
经
balance.
过近3年的测试和
Instead
开
of
发，
one engine,
特斯拉
never
预计在
more
2025年底
than it
开始
must.
限量生产。
energy
这
it
可以看作
uses.
是一个战
It's
略过
about
渡
how
阶段，
much of that
目的
energy
既是验证
turns
供应
into
链
most the
和
energy
制造基
spent
础设施的
creating
韧性，
magnetic
也
fields
是确保首
inside
批
the
商用
motor.
卡车能达
Necessary,
到最佳运
but
营标
not
准。
direction of
决定性的
wasted
里程碑
energy
将在
grows.
2026年初到来。
This is
届
what
时，
happens
特
in
斯
a
拉会
diesel
宣布计划，
truck's single
重启
semis
内华
four
达工厂的
smaller
Semi 产
motors
量，
change that
提升到大
balance.
众市场水平。
When
目
demand
标
is
是
low,
每年
with
5万辆。
more
看
liquid
这个路线
and
图就
less
很清楚，
foam,
特斯拉
invisible
选择一个
change.
谨慎的策
But
略，
over hundreds
先
of
从小订单
miles,
开始验
it
证技术，
becomes the
逐
difference.
步扩大
Some
生产规
energy
模，
is lost
最
as
后
heat
再加
in
速
the
进入
copper
大规模制造。
windings,
这个3
multiplied
步
by
走
the
策略，
resistance.
不仅能帮
That
特斯拉
squared part
在推
across
广过程
four
中
smaller
最小化风
motors,
险，
each
也能确
drawing
保在
just
市场
identified
客户
is
和买到充
where.
电基础设施
It stresses
都完全准备
components,
好时
shortens the
Semi
load.
在全面
The
进入商
Semi
业化
doesn't just
我们
travel
都知道
farther on
特
a
斯拉
charge.
在很
Every
多市场
saved
广
watt,
泛部署了
every
超级充电
cooler
站
winding
但说到给
is
塞麦
another
用的买
mile
到充
of
电站
service. Little truck
数
is
量还
standing
非常有
still.
限。不
Its
过
engine is
根据
still
新发
working
布
to
的文
power
件
the system
特斯拉
seen
最近透
cost,
露
paid
计划在
mile
南加
after
州
mile.
建一个 Semi
The
专业买
Tesla
到充电
Semi
站
has, instead
特
of
斯拉
running
充
at
电站
full
观察
tilt
者
all the
Marco
time,
RP
each
发现了一份
draws
提交给
only
洛
what
杉
it
矶县的
needs.
许可
Throughout
申
a
请
journey,
要建
this
12个
difference
超快充
alone
塞麦
can
充电
mean
位
dozens.
最初
Drivers will
特
measure
斯
their
拉是打
days
算
not in gallons
让买到
burned,
充电站
but
服务
in
于公共
miles
用途
gained. The change will not come all at once, but when it does, it will feel
completed at the end of this year. Giga Nevada seems to be actively producing a small number of Tesla's new semi-trucks spotted outside the parking lot, but they are not yet actual vehicles. Participate in the process of designing and fine-tuning in order to have a truck that truly matches and stays on schedule. Production could even start as early as the third quarter. According to the latest update, and with 46 additional Tesla semi-megacharger stations across the United States by 2020, to run logistics and supply chain operations smoothly across state semi-fleet. In Tesla, this fleet is serving production needs in the process of building the semi-factory line. The first stamping press was installed. Time we even recorded footage of a tractor and carefully backed it into the building. But this time, it's different. Prepared to assemble the second-generation Tesla Semi, featuring an all-new drive and continuing into 2026. It's a clear sign that mass production is. What's notable is that this practical piece of equipment as the stamping press shows that Tesla is no longer in this just a curious concept, but is being validated in practice. ArcBest recently concluded its pioneering customers has also been utilizing the Semi in its transportation operations for years. Uber Freight, a large-scale logistics operator, has officially confirmed its involvement with. What makes this partnership surprising is that Tesla and Uber directly compete in certain. Currently, Uber is offering Tesla semi-tractors at an Uber Freight partners the opportunity to access heavy-duty electric vehicles with significant accelerate the electrification of long-haul transportation. Before rolling out the Tesla 2-month pilot phase, the test results showed that the Semi delivers outstanding energy, and this figure could increase significantly with larger battery packs. What's notable is the Semi can help owners save up to $300,000. After laws of physics, it has to be the Tesla Semi. Normally, a tractor truck, the main reason lies in the design. Electric trucks require large, heavy battery packs to measle fuel, equivalent to around $3.5 million. Its high price tag may pose a barrier for mid-sized carriers, but may be widely delayed. No Class 8 electric truck has a brighter future than the Tesla, Daimler, and BYD. It is almost laughable that no other electric truck capable of traveling 500 miles on a single charge when fully. And Priestley confirmed that they've got a new mirror design, better visibility, better aerodynamics. There's a lot of fixed infrastructure, whether its gate operating line is gradually being installed. Recent leaks suggest that the testing phase not only allows Tesla to refine the design, but also provides an important opportunity to mass-produce a vehicle that hasn't been fully developed. It would quickly fail and fail. Tesla has revealed several changes to the Semi compared to the original prototype. We believe the other many changes Tesla is making that have not yet been disclosed. What we've seen so far is signs the second-generation Tesla Semi may debut soon. Tesla's new factory and the rollout of the megacharger network expected to begin limited series production by the end of 2025. Tesla announces plans to scale semi-production to a mass-market level. As we know, Tesla has widely deployed. Tesla produces more semis by the end of this year. The number of